Hi friends, this is Rick Cobb with the Resonance Initiative, and it's been such a journey, an exciting journey, to be able to create a chorus that's specifically designed for people that are dealing with early to mid stages of Alzheimer's and dementia. And I've had the privilege to be able to develop some relationships and make some acquaintances and get connected with some amazing individuals and organizations. And early on in some of my preliminary meetings, actually 2 or 3 times that I remember when speaking with someone, they would say, Rick, you need to get connected with Gene Ross. And Gene's name just kept coming up. And so then we had the opportunity to be in a meeting a couple of months ago and kind of discussing the possibility of this project, and so I'm just so grateful to have the opportunity today just to sit down and have a conversation with Gene Ross, an amazing individual, and so thanks so much.
Thanks for that intro.
I really appreciate you having some time to sit down and just have this conversation.
Thank you for having me.
You have a different perspective that I'm really interested in, but why don't we start with share about your background, and just as you think about that moment in your journey when you decided, I want to devote a big part of my life to Alzheimer's, dementia, aging process.
Right. So my background is I was a critical care nurse for about 6 years. And I left that role to work more in my community because I kept having these wonderful conversations with families in the ICU setting. Where you just kind of saw that hardship of what it is to take care of someone outside of the hospital. And so I left to see, what could nurses do to help in the community. And it was actually, I stumbled across a report about our long-term social services and how Indiana ranked 51 out of 51. And I thought, I want to learn more of what's being done now to figure out how to help folks that are aging stay in their communities like they want. And I actually was a SOCOA volunteer. I went through their volunteer program. And then a few months later, I had gotten an email, I think through SOCOA, encouraged me to attend a Dementia Friends session. And I thought I was going just to learn about a neat resource in the community that I could refer, families to that could help them out with this. Because I didn't really know much about dementia, even as a nurse. And that session blew me away. We started off with such a negative view of this illness, and by the end, I saw a certain hope. And I thought to myself, I want to be a part of this. And I even took some of that information that I learned and I shared it with people, and it changed what they did with their parents or their family members. And so just in that little bit of an interaction, I thought, this is something I want to be a part of. And so I was teased Dustin, because I think I kept the email where I just emailed him and said, hey, I want to help with this. And I've just never let go.
Awesome. Well, I love that you use the word hope, because I think that's so important. As you think about how we look at the aging process in our country, and as we think about that, I'd love to get your insight from a sociological perspective, medical perspective, how that's possibly the landscape has changed over the years, but just talk with us a little bit about those elements.
I love this because before I was a nurse, I actually studied sociology. So I think, that being my early education, I look at the world through that lens of how people interact with each other in the community. And being out in the community, and not, as a nurse and then as just kind of being out there, I see a lot of people scared of aging and a lot of negativity. And it kind of saddens me. And the story I have for that is I was so excited. I went on my son's kindergarten. They were going to visit a nursing home. And I thought it was wonderful. And one of the teachers pulled me aside on the way. And she confided she was scared of what the kids were going to see. And it just struck me. I thought, what is she scared of? You know, aging is a beautiful thing. It's a part of everyone's life trajectory. Why are we not talking about it? Why aren't we, you know, celebrating what aging is? I don't know why we fear it so much. And medically, it's been frustrating because we even treat those aging as if they're all 30-year-olds. And we don't have these conversations about what people want later in life, what they want that perfect death to look like, what they see themselves as, you know, in their communities. And I was teasing someone, I said, it just feels like this big elephant in just in the room that no one's talking about. And so I've enjoyed this Dementia Friends because it's given me this opportunity to talk about aging on some level as well. But the landscape is changing. And it is because of these wonderful baby boomers. They don't accept it. They don't see themselves as getting old, and I love it. Because I really see them as the catalyst of what's going to change how we view aging in America. And I'm excited because there's all these, there's new clothing lines, there's new, rather than pureed foods, they now have fancier looking pureed foods, so it's not just this glop on your plate. And when I start seeing innovations like that, I thought, I just keep thinking to myself every time I come across those things, I go, there they are. They're starting to creep up and they're not accepting, they're going down with the fight of how we view them as getting older.
So fascinating.